first player from Montreal, representative Panda Global, Hayate. It's a battle for Canada, my friends. So good to see you. How pumped are you for Mortal Kombat 11?
I'm really pumped to come here and try the game, experience what it's like to play it, and I'm having a great time, and that's what's up.
All right, man. Excited to see your gameplay. Go ahead and take a seat. Let's introduce your opponent, hailing from Toronto, Beast Coast Honeybee. Welcome, my friend. What do you plan to bring to this game, being such a huge Mortal Kombat fan?
Well, in the last game, I was known for playing Devora a lot. Since she's not here right now, I'm gonna use Baraka and chop, chop, chop to victory.
Chop, chop, chop it is. Go ahead and grab your seat. We're gonna give you a sec to get ready on the button checks as they choose their character. These two professional players have been competing in the Mortal Kombat scene for quite some time. We're gonna give them a second just to check out and log in and get ready for our first matchup. In the character selection screen right now, there is Baraka, who we saw earlier today, featured in that beautiful presentation from Ed Boon. And you can see the menu right now, all of the different options these pro players go through to make sure they lock in what they need to be their best. And it looks like they're both ready. They're waiting for Hayate for his last button check here. Hayate ready? Honeybee ready? Gentlemen, let's get this match started. To the commentators.
Here we go. I am super hyped. Scorpion is the exact character I predicted Hayate would play.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense, because what do you think of Hayate? Crazy showmanship and mobility.
Yeah, excellent footsies as well, and I've already seen some good tools from Scorpion in that.
Yeah, one of the big things about this game is most of the characters use weapons, and they definitely use them well. Like, Scorpion now uses his sword more than he ever has, and he has excellent range. He's kind of been reimagined as a mid-range combatant.
So let's talk a little bit about how the game differs from MKX. What are some things to look for right off the bat?
One of the big things to look out for is the new meter system. There's now 2 stamina bars. There's defensive and offensive. And offense is what you use to do amplify your moves. Defense is what you use to do wake-up attacks or wake-up rolls or our new breakaway mechanic. And we have our first crushing blow. That's another one of the new mechanics.
Okay.
There are certain moves, 5 or 6 per character, where they have different properties. For example, doing the move 3 times in a row, or countering a high attack, or punishing a move, and you will get that X-ray effect, and they do
a ton of
damage.
Oh man.
Eye-popping damage, mind-blowing damage. And they also can have properties like they can pop you up or restand you. They are significantly better versions of those moves when you get the crushing blow effect.
So that meter, just to be clear, it just comes back on a timer? It's not related to anything else?
There's no longer meter building by doing moves or taking chip damage. It's on a timer. You can almost think of it like a cooldown.
Okay.
And it is a very fast cooldown if you've only used 1 bar, so you definitely should feel welcome to use your amplified moves a lot, but if you have none right now, you can see he could not do this amplified teleport.
Right.
Oh, you can see Baraka jumping that back one. Very smart.
I started to read that teleport, I think, right there. But you can see, is that back 1, I think you told me?
Yes, back 1 is the sword move.
Yeah, incredible button right there.
Yeah, it's... A lot of the characters play their best at that kind of mid-range.
Oh, here we go, let's see. I gotta tell you guys, I don't know if you could hear that in the way that I could, but I have big old headphones on my ears right now, and each one of those little blood driplets I feel like was in my head.
Our audio department does an amazing job of making something gross, like 10 times gross.
It was definitely gross.
Is so nasty.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about movement in this game. Seems like run is not there.
Run is completely gone. Instead, we really wanted to make walking one of the key things, a very kind of old school 2D fighter feel. You can actually dash, but the dashes don't really go that far, and they have a lot of recovery, so they're mostly used to, like, maybe when you hit like a Sub-Zero freeze to get there quickly, or if you want to take the risk because they have a lot of recovery. Walking is really the name of the game, in my opinion. You can cancel a dash with a block or an attack if you want, reminiscent of MK9, but it's not nearly as effective as it was back then, where you would kind of dash block rapidly to get in. You really have to think to get in.
I see.
Which then goes with what I'm saying about the normals having so much range. So the normals have a lot of range at mid-range, and everyone's using their weapons, but the walking is really strong, so you can kind of walk in and out of that range easier.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like already from about this range they can play footsies, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Baraka uses his blades with his back too. And
Yeah, that back two overhead is huge. Half screen.
Right. And one of the things we want to do is we definitely wanted to bring back the really exciting offense of MKX, but we've looked at the overheads and the lows, and they have a lot more risk-reward factor to them. Like, Baraka does have it's exactly what you said, it's like almost a half-screen overhead, but he's not going to get a combo.
Right, right.
Or Scorpion does have a low that can combo, but his overhead just splats you down.
Okay.
So it's going to be a lot rarer to see, like, the really, really deadly mix-ups.
So we just saw a little short hop out of Scorpion. What's going on there?
Well, short hop is a new mechanic where you tap up, and it will crush any low attack or a throw, and then every character has attacks they can do out of it. They can either do a punch or a kick, and they're universal overheads that will splat you. So, for example, if you predict that Baraka's going to try to throw you, you can do a short hop to actually go over the throw and then do a splat.
By the way, we're playing first to threes, just so everybody knows. So potentially one game left here for Honeybee.
And Honeybee's just been dominated by Scorpion. He really hasn't gotten much going on in the back one range, which is going to be one of the tough things.
We also saw a couple of times in there, hopefully we'll see it again. The wake-up system, very different.
The wake-up system is drastically different. So now you don't do special moves on the ground like you've used to do. Now you either hit up 3 or up 2, and you get access to brand new universal wake-up moves that are like just for wake-up attacks. So the up 3 will be an advancing move that kind of goes across the screen. They'll not knock you down. They'll just do a little bit of damage, but they are invincible. You can't be hit out of them. Very, very strong.
Are they safe?
They are. It's going to depend on the character.
Okay, okay.
They'll be safe.
There is some variation.
Then there's the up 2, which is an anti-air move, and that actually pops you up, but they're not invincible, but they'll beat jump attacks. So you kind of decide. And there you just see his up 2.
Okay.
He didn't get a combo, but...
Very happy moment. I'm going to make the most of it.
All right, go and have a seat and get ready. Let's introduce your competitor from Texas, currently a free agent, Scar. One question, Scar. Sonya or Scarlet?
Scarlet.
That's what I want to hear. Go ahead and take a seat, folks. We're going to see this fan favorite from Mortal Kombat 9 make a return with one of the best players on the planet. We'll give these players a second to double check their button checks, see what they need to do in order to maximize their potential in this game. And remember, they've only had a couple hours playing this game, but it shows how long they have spent playing previous NetherRealm titles to pick up the intricate differences we see in the gameplay compared to Mortal Kombat X. We'll give them a couple more minutes here as they flip through the menu and set themselves up for success. Gur, are you ready? Gur is ready. Scar, are you ready? Let's do it. Gentlemen, match number 2 about to begin.
This one's exciting for me.
Well, I'm really looking forward to Scarlet. I mean, she's back, but she's very different.
She might as well be a brand new character. I am all in on MK11 Scarlet. I think she looks amazing and plays
that's what I'm
amazing.
talking about. Enough about Scarlet. Let's talk about this dude right here.
So you immediately gravitated toward this character. You should probably tell everyone why, because he's very unique.
There's no doubt about it, yeah. So obviously he's the grappler. By the way, some other characters have that too. It's not just him, but
Baraka
he
also does have a command grab.
He does have a command grab. So Garrus has a really strong command grab that goes really far. Corner carry is excellent. He has some good buttons, and man, some of his there is the command grab, and you see how long he holds you.
It has the unique property where if he's near a wall, he then makes a sand wall and throws you into it.
It does a lot more damage when that happens as well. He has little kind of atrocitus sort of semi-zoning, as you saw right there. He also has some crazy stuff in the variations, and I'm not sure which ones he ended up with here, but he's got some real nutty tools, let me tell you.
He has a rewind time move. He has a move where he can actually remove time from the clock. He is a very, he's like a hybrid character of a weird kind of trap character, and then with the command grab.
Yes. Yeah, very, very funky design. But these buttons right now out of Scarlet, the range is incredible.
Scarlet is the footsie's queen, the mid-range queen, in my opinion. She uses blood to conjure weapons, and they all have excellent range.
Oh, hold on here.
multiple projectiles, and there's the fatal blow.
So when you're down below a certain percentage of light, you get access to the fatal blow.
Yes.
And it is a huge amount of damage. As you can see, round-winning damage.
It is big damage, and they have armor. And armor's not as prevalent as it has been in previous games. You're really gonna have to use your mid-range to just avoid stuff. So the fatal blow is gonna be one of the best ways to have armor. It is not tied to your stamina bar at all,
right?
Which means you don't have to use your resources. In previous games, you'd have to give up all your resources to do an X-ray attack. Now with Fatal Blow, you're free to use it if you have 30%, which just inherently makes them so much more powerful.
Sure, yeah, you'll get it every game, every round.
The catch is, once it hits, you can't use it again. So one of the meta of the game is going to be decide, do you want to make a comeback in round one, like we just saw? Gur will never have his Fatal Blow again, now that he's used it.
Oh, in the whole game?
In the whole game.
Oh, I thought it was rounds, wow. That is really big.
So they are absolute game changers that are extremely strong, but you only get the one cash in.
That was his command grab. Same one, it just at the wall,
Right.
like Bit was saying, it's a little bit different.
And he can hold the button to throw them even further, like carry them even further.
Oh, now the fatal blow's there for Scar.
And that's the crushing blow. That
Oh my gosh, look at the damage!
So the way that one works is, the last hit's an overhead of the string. If you duck block, you get the crushing blow. He also has a low where he does sand trap. So it's a 50-50. If they think you're gonna do the low sand move, they duck. And if they get hit by that overhead, they lose 40% of their life because of the crushing blow.
You're telling me his mix-up?
His mix-up has a crushing blow on it. But
Okay,
like
this is
Fatal Blow,
definitely a me
he only
character.
can use that once per game.
Right.
So that's one of the fun things about crushing blows. Do you want to go for that mix-up now or later?
I see, okay.
And we'll see. Gur basically made a crushing blow and a fatal blow comeback right there out of nowhere. They do massive damage.
Yeah, you can really see that. I guess as the opponent, you really got to pay attention.
Combos in general in this game are significantly shorter than they've been in the past, and they do less damage. And they kind of, that damage you would get by doing the cinematic moves.
Yo, did you see that combo this guy already has? What do we say, 2 hours of gameplay so far?
So one of the big things would be to use your crushing blow or your fatal blow to get damage instead of doing combos. That's not to say combos are not still a big part of the game, but they're going to be somewhat less prevalent. Like, there's less moves that combo without using an amplified move, or there's less strings that pop you up. It's going to be more about doing big damage in big chunks.
Okay, here we go. Can you get in there in time? No.
Yeah, Scarlet, she has like 4 different projectiles, so...
Yeah, and for
she's in a
Scar, there's
really
not
good
much
position.
reason to do anything else. It's just holding onto the space right here. But gotta pay attention to that fatal. Oh, okay. Fatal blow was available. Didn't end up coming up.
Scarlet is a good example of how the offense works in this game. Her back 2 is that scythe move that's an overhead, but it does not pop you up, and it is unsafe if blocked.
Okay.
But then her back 3-4, that one, that can pop you up in the corner. So she has a low that can pop you up, but she does not have an overhead.
Uh-huh. Oh, he's really found a good tool.
Oh, good jump.
Hardly looking for command grab. Didn't come. And Scar right back to the zoning. You can see, look, the frustration is still here. One of the things I really love about MK11 so far is that these characters that you've shown on this character select screen are very different. So you have the credible zoning coming out of Scarlet. From Garrus, you have really cool command grab mix-ups. He's got some other funky stuff as well, like we were talking about. Really good variations. Fatal blow. It's there.
Yes, and then you'll also have characters like Sub-Zero, who has great some of the best offense in this version, which is unique. Sub-Zero, typically you think of him as a very slow defensive character. I really don't think he is in this one.
He's quite different, yeah.
And Sonya's also has really good mix-ups. You know, Gur always had a lot of heart as a player.
Looking pretty confident up there.